All right, let's go harvest. Okay, the garden's an absolute mess. My yard needs to be cut. It's super hot. We're in the middle of a drought. Everything's looking kind of bad, but it's a spring garden and we've got a harvest to collect. So let's go and check out the garden, see what we can find to eat. These are the tomatoes that I just let sprawl. I didn't get to them in time to trellis them the way I wanted to. And they're still producing quite heavily. So, we're going to harvest. Got a lot of these trusses still producing heavily. This one I accidentally broke off. That's the way it goes. These will ripen on the counter in the house, so I'll take them. There's a truss there. Lots of tomatoes here on the ground, but they're looking quite nice. I mean, that's not bad, is it? Look at that. That's a lot of tomatoes right there. These are Edocs. They are an F1 hybrid from Johnny Seeds. And some of these are second generation. I grew some hybrids to see if I could tell the difference, if there would be any genetic regression. And I don't notice any. So maybe they're a little more stable than I thought they would be. Wow, we've got a lot of tomatoes hidden down in here. Tons of them. I made tomato sauce with these last year. Very good. I a little overdid it on the acid part, so they're it's a little tart. Got to add some sugar to that sauce. But look at that. Not bad, huh? Let's get some more. Got some weeds growing down in here. Weed as you go makes it easier. Lots of grassy weeds down here, but what I'm going for down here is this truss of tomatoes. Let me see if I can just break it off as a whole and show you what I mean when I say truss. Oh, there we go. Ah, I dropped all the tomatoes off of it. They're so ripe, they're just falling on the ground. But yeah, tomatoes, yum. I got a big pile of them down here. Look at that. Loads of them. Awesome. They're just gathering down here on the ground. They're so ripe, they're just falling off when I touch them. No need to make these go to waste just because they're hard to find. You got to hunt for these. Tomatoes naturally are a plant that wants to sprawl. They do sprawl along the ground. And, you know, I'm finding that it's okay to grow them that way if you want to. My intention was to put these on a single string and get a huge harvest like I did last year. But I'm getting a good harvest anyway. Now these, I believe, are F2, second generation. They're a little bit smaller. Ooh, we've got some sweet potatoes volunteering up in here. I'll just leave those there. Lots of tomatoes, wow. Big harvest. Okay. There's weeds we got to pull out. Wild amaranth. Now what to do with all these tomatoes, that's the question. Alright, that's good for now. That's awesome. Alright, check this pepper plant out here. This is the Mountain Roaster. I like them to be red. It's a roasting pepper. So it looks like we're going to be eating some roasting peppers soon. Not bad. That's awesome. Look at that. Let's move on. What else we got? I've been harvesting cayenne peppers. This is red flame cayenne. It's a very prolific, very heavy producer. And I'm getting tons of these fruits, and so is my son over at his house. You can harvest them when they're not quite red, and they'll brighten up on your countertop. I harvest these and dry them, and then I grind them into cayenne pepper powder, and that keeps me in cayenne pepper for the entire year. Let's add that to the bunch. Let's check on these bell peppers right here. Alright, these bell peppers, they're staying a little bit small, but we're in drought. They're not getting enough water to really plump up, but there's 6 of them on this bush. Yeah, this is the Ninja Bell. Very prolific pepper. I'm proud of this one here. This one down here is getting a little red. Let's take it off. It's got a little rot down on the bottom. This is what happens. That might be blossom end rot, or it might be sun scald. But you can tell by the limpness of the flesh, this pepper's not getting enough water. And so I've been having to water every day, and once these perk up, get some water in them, they'll plump up a bit more. But that one there, that's a loss. Hey, gardening right here. It happens. Let's get some beets. Got some small beetroot. Beets growing down here. About like so. That's not bad, huh? I'll take that. I'll take a little one here. Beets tend to push themselves apart as they grow because there are multiple seeds inside each little seed pod that you sow. And so, yeah, we've got some beets here. Several of them down in here. Now, if you eat the greens, these greens are a little bit snail damaged, but you can still eat them. I kind of like the greens a little bit, but I'm not a big fan of the beet unless I put it into a juice. When you juice the beets, they make all the difference in the world if you want a real savory juice. I did a juice fast a few years ago for weight loss, lost 30 pounds, and I have to say, those beets were essential. There's one over there, not a bad one. Let's see, there's another one over here. There we go. Not bad. Okay, here comes the dogs. We're going to have to put Phoebe inside. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, we got some beets. Not a bad little bunch there. Look at that. Now, you folks have been telling me that this green bean is the best green bean. This is the rattlesnake pole bean, and it's producing. Need to keep it picked so it will continue to produce. So I'm going to harvest me a bunch of these. It's nice, huh? I'm going to get the little ones too. See if there's a difference between these big ones and the little tender ones. These are supposed to be relatively stringless. We shall find out. Yeah, they kind of hide from you. They're camouflage. They've got these stripes on them. And supposed to lose the stripe when you cook them. Or the spots, the purple spots. We'll see. There's lots of them in here. Just got to kind of hunt for them. There's some there. Alright, gonna be eating some green beans tonight. I think I'll just steam them. Maybe I'll saute them. Who knows? Let's see here. Let's move to the next row. That's a mess of beans we're going to get today. Somebody commented that it was difficult to get into a trellis system this close together. But you can see I can get in there. No problem. Alright, you know, not bad, huh? Some more down here. I'm excited to try these, see how they taste. Yeah, lots of beans here. Lots of beans. Just go through it. Pick them off and your plant will put on new blossoms and keep producing for you. Even in this heat. They seem to be performing it pretty well. Tons of beans on here. Last several onions that I pulled up, I had them out here drying in the sun. They're pretty much cured except for maybe that one. We got to take these in. The few that are remaining are still quite, well, that one can come out. Are still quite viable. I'll let them grow some more. It's they haven't fallen over yet. So, what to put in this bed? I might grow some okra in here. Good summer crop. We'll see. Not a bad little harvest of onions there. Little onions, but you know, sometimes you take what you get. Quite the drought we got. I've used up all of this water, almost all of it. Supposed to get some rain this weekend. We need it. In the meantime, we gotta water. Fruit trees don't seem to be hampered by the heat. They're doing fine. Blackberries, man, I had to water them to get the berries to plump up. Doing some leveling off work with the dirt from my front flower bed. Got some low spots in here. There it is. Basic lawn sprinkler. Completely coats the entire garden. And I run this for about an hour. It's so hot that these plants need that extra irrigation. All my fruit trees over there get covered. Everything to about right there gets covered. And everything all the way back to the fence gets covered. So yeah, I like it. Easy way to water the garden. Now I know you're not supposed to water tomato plants and wet their foliage, but friends, it's so hot here. When I turn this off, it dries very quickly and we don't have any problems. All those tomatoes right there, those unpruned, unkempt mess of tomatoes, they're producing for me. But yeah, I could prune them a little better, but man, it's just so hot. I'm not eager to get out and prune those. I kind of feel like I'm phoning it in this year. You know, when it's so hot and you're getting a harvest and it's going to be done in a month or two, yeah, I'm just not real eager to get out. And I don't like those tomatoes very much. Not many of them taste good to me, so they'll be coming out. We'll be putting in some cowpeas and some summer crops, eggplant, okra, sweet potatoes, things like that. But I'll enjoy the ones I get, and the rest of them, well, they're on their own. Look at those sweet potato slips. Got to keep these guys moist. Yeah, man, it's hot. Elderberries are a marshy kind of loving plant. They like to be in damp soil. I've got this elderberry planted in kind of where the water runs off between our two homes here. And it has not been thriving because we are in a drought. So I'm just running the water here, and that will run down and get that guy some irrigation. Man, I'd like these elderberries to do well. Well, here's what we got today. Harvest time, yeah. Got a big batch of beans. That's enough for me, my wife, and my boy. We have a couple of roasting peppers here. Got a bunch of cayenne peppers here. And a lot of beets. These beets can be juiced. And we got our tomatoes. Edox F1 cherry tomatoes. These are very good. I like them a lot. So we're going to wash these off and get them ready to put in the refrigerator. Use them in salads. Use them in dishes. Whatever you want to use them for. But yeah, tomatoes, man. Who doesn't like that? Not bad for a hot summer day. I know it's not technically summer, but it's in the 90s and we're in a drought. And we're getting some food from our garden. Well, thanks for joining me on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening and to enjoy the harvest with me. Didn't teach anything today, but we got to go out in the garden and reap the rewards of our labor. Hey, there is a new feature on YouTube. Maybe you've noticed it. It's called the Super Thanks. It's right down there below where all your controls are on the video. And if you want to leave me a tip, it's just like leaving a super chat in a live stream. You can leave a super thanks and throw a little dollars our way if you want to support the channel. Hey, if you want to find a good source for seeds, we got summer gardening coming up, and now's the time to be thinking of your seeds. Seeds for Generations is a company that I vouch for, and they are a family-run business. And if you use my link down below, you'll be supporting our channel as well. Seeds for Generations. Seeds for Generations. Yeah, that's how it is. Awesome seeds. Great store. Great family. Go check out their website. Hey, thanks for joining us on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll talk to you next time. I got to go cut the grass. Bye-bye.